Hello, this is World University and Schools News and Question and Answer on Monday, May 16th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Pacific time in California. Greetings, I'm Scott McLeod, and as we wait to see if people will join us for questions and answers, to see if people will join this conversation about free university degrees, high school too, potentially, in your country, in your language, emerging from Creative Commons 4 CC 4 ocw.mit.edu centric resources. ocw.mit.edu is open courseware in 4 languages. World University and School is also developing as Wiki. And in these regards, I'd like to share some exciting news about a Wikibase migration for World University and School. And that Wikibase is the software which manages Wikidata. World University and School has been in this structured knowledge database since 2015 called Wikidata. And in this Wikibase migration, we're migrating, WUAS is migrating to Wikibase Cloud. This will be used to work with the Wikidata linked open data in potentially 300 languages of Wikipedia, Wikidata. And further, this will all work together from World University and Schools perspectives and your perspective as potentially a teacher at Wiki World University and School and a curator and an editor through the WUAS MediaWiki front end. So I've posted to Twitter today, twitter.com/WORLD-UNIVANDSCH, a number of ways that Wikibase will work with World University and School for, in the showcase, science, for research, for libraries, for museums. And all of these academic projects that I just named involve structured data, vast amounts of structured data, which we can further add to World University and Schools Wikidata, and then work with it with wikibase.cloud, and also from MediaWiki for World University and School. So I'll post these tweets and this video to a blog post today at worlduniversityandschool.blogpost.com. But this is a momentous movement for World University and School to get this new wikibase.cloud, because it will open the pathway to field site generation, for example. Potentially all of a virtual Harbin hot springs or a virtual travertine hot springs as an ethnographic field site will be in data and potentially in Wikidata managed by wikibase.cloud. Even, for example, probably the data for avatar bots of you and me. And even as World University and School avatar bot electronic medical records for all 7.9 billion people will be in, potentially some of that data will be organized and structured in Wikidata and managed by Wikibase Cloud, and potentially accessible also through MediaWiki at World University and Schools front end for academic subjects and medical schools and hospitals. So that's first bit of news. Second bit of news I'd like to share with you has to do with an opportunity for the WUAS Educational Services bookstores and robot stores. And in these regards, the potential for Wikibase.cloud and Wikidata for the World University and School academic press is also amazing. For translation, for example, from both the database to potentially Google Translate, and also for giving the opportunity for students to learn how to work with Wikibase, and in the WUS bookstore, educational services stores, robotic stores. So World University and Schools, educational services stores, and robot stores are further interested in learning from Google's new store in Williamsburg, New York. And this new store from Google, which was announced at Google I/O 2022 last Wednesday and Thursday, builds on Google's first retail store in New York City. Last year it started. And World University and Schools physical and virtual or digital bookstores, computer stores, robotic stores that would receive books that we had published from in the academic press would potentially emerge in these bookstores, these robot stores in many, many cities, and in all 200 countries. And the potential for World University and School regarding collaboration for all 300 languages is now being realized. So the second batch of organizations that are being migrated by Wikibase in this Wikibase.cloud migration is occurring now. It was supposed to have been done by Tuesday, May 17th, by tomorrow. But an email this morning from Wikimedia Deutschland, where Wikidata and Wikibase are developing from, said it's likely now to be finished, the migration, and then thus the operation becoming operational by May 28th. So in about 10 days, World University and School should have this remarkable new sea or ocean of structured data to build out our academic press with also. And I think that's one of the reasons why Wikidata may be interested in World University and School too, with regards to our emerging academic press with machine translation for not only their 300 languages and in their 300 languages, but also in all known living languages, 7,157 living languages, where these languages could be used with the Wikidata data managed by the Wikibase.cloud even in Google Docs with Google Translate, to publish and translate books, which would then get either printed to paper and shipped to our emerging online and physical bookstores, emerging from Google Books, New York City stores, in all 200 countries, and also potentially becoming available online as digital books, all from Wikidata managed by Wikibase.cloud in their 300 languages. World University and School would add another about 6,900 languages potentially, a ginormous growth opportunity. And as World University and School builds out this academic press, and for our bookstores and computer stores, and even developing robotics, which languages these robots may speak, data will emerge from Wikidata with Wikibase potentially too. World University and School is glad to have this sea change of Wikidata, Wikibase.cloud, MediaWiki, potentially all working together, not only in English, but in their 300 languages. And for our academic press, and even robotics stores, where this data will be something that students use, that students work with, that students learn how to program in new ways, that students learn how to create their own Wikibase instances of managing Wikidata data for specific academic projects, science projects, library projects, museum projects, research projects that they create. So stay tuned. World University and School continues to plan for September 1st, 2022 for free to students online bachelor degree and PhD degrees, building out of CC4 ocw.mit.edu centric resources, and newly with Creative Commons 4 licensed CC4 computer science, CS first with Google at World University and School course, learning the Scratch language, and have some prospective bachelor degree students and PhD students for the September 1st starting time, where that communication for World University and School, even with computer science, CS with Google, stands, is something we'd like to communicate more fully about, more clearly with Google, potentially. I'm glad that World University and School has signed up as another piece of news for a Google Education conference on June 7th, 2022, the Anywhere School, and potentially more collaboration potentials between World University and School and Google Education will emerge from that as well. And for our prospective students on September 1st, 2022 for free to students CC4 licensed OCW centric bachelor and PhD degrees. Stay tuned for that as well. Glad World University and School has a new YouTube channel where these Monday WUAS news and question and answers sessions, opportunities for you to ask questions are posted. Please check those out if you're interested. And our websites are developing continually. worlduniversityandschool.org is where you would go to find out how to matriculate further at World University and School for free to students bachelor and PhD degrees, WORLDUNIVERSITYANDSCHOOL.org. You could email meeting@worlduniversityandschool.org for further information or questions you might have. Big thanks to Mwende Ivande in Cameroon, Africa, for completing the World University and School course, CC4 license CS First with Google at World University and School, learning the Scratch programming language, which he'll potentially matriculate into World University and School with for free to students bachelor's degrees. Twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH is the Twitter feed. The blog is worlduniversityandschool.blogspot.com or Scott-MACLEOD .blogspot.com. And until next Monday, see you then. Thank you for joining this World University and School news and question and answer. And feel free to edit World University and School's front-end wiki. Check out Twitter, retweet with questions you might have. And until next week, bye for now.